Good evening. Welcome to Daddy Daughter Broadcasting. And it's Daddy Daughter Broadcasting because that's how we do. Hope everyone is having a beautiful week. It's Tuesday, and I'm just going to get out of my parking spot here before we get things rolling full on. I haven't gone live in a while, and I miss going live. I really do. I miss playing music live. I miss going live. Um, but, sometimes especially on my vacation week, you know, not being able to put S&M full on the camera like I want to, I have to be careful. And on my vacation week, which was about 2 weeks ago, I wanted to fully concentrate on S&M. Normally, if it was a vacation week, I would definitely, only go live. If normally on a vacation week, I would want to go live more often. That was my rubbing alcohol bottle that just spilled out of my hands that I always have with me. And yeah, so why did I get a tattoo, which you can't see because it's on the underside of my left forearm? Um, I got a tattoo because, well, anyway, I miss going live a lot more. I want to go live a lot more. It's just, I have work, I have S&M, I have just general life things that tend to get in the way. And of going live, and that's okay. I want to play more music for you guys. Like I said, some people have already told me. I already know it. I'm not the best, but I do my best. And for not having played guitar 16 years before I picked it up in 2017 again, in September 2017 to be exact, I'm pretty proud of where I am. And for being self taught from the beginning since 1996, 1997, I'm very proud of where I am and where I've been as far as being a guitar player. I can always get better, but we can all get better at something. Um, so that's where I'm at. I'm trying to keep my tattoo out of the sun as much as I can, also, because you're not really supposed to. The main thing the guy told me was just don't go sunbathing so you don't end up getting sunburn. Because if you get sunburn on a tattoo, you will regret it. And those are his, excuse me, those are his exact words. But why did I get a tattoo? First of all, you guys know me. Anybody that knows me knows who I really am. I don't just do something off the cuff or on a whimsy. I do a lot of research. I think about it for weeks, if not months. I weigh the pour et les pour et les contre. I forget that. It's only coming to me in French, but I weigh the positive points and the negative points. And I did. That's exactly what I did. So for the past couple months, I've been seriously considering getting a tattoo. I've been watching a lot of Ink Master, which those of you who might, in order to see what it's like, and obviously Ink Master is not it's not the best example of tattooing. They strive for greatness, and that's what they, especially the judges, are amazing tattoo artists, amazing tattooers or tattooists. Bowmaster, brother, great to see you. Bonjour, Monsieur Bowmaster, or Chugmaster, I should say. Great to see you, brother. So yeah, I was just saying, why did I get a tattoo? Just to preface, first of all, because I can. Second of all, I wanted to challenge myself. Just always check your blind spots, kids. I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to kind of push my limits, but also I wanted something beautiful on my arm, on my body to show. And in those months of reflection, because I do always reflect on things very for a long amount of time before I actually do it. As much as I can. Some decisions in life you have to put on a spur of the moment. But I took a lot of time to think about it, about what I wanted. I love the galaxy. Those of you like you, Adam, you've seen it on Facebook and on YouTube. I saw your first comment earlier on that post, which made me laugh. And thank you for being first there. But yeah, so I took a lot of time to think about it, and S&M loves unicorns. I like unicorns a lot. I was thinking in my head as we were prepping to get the tattoo. The artist, mixes their colors. He puts the stencil on you and gets you ready. As I was thinking about it, I was thinking out something I could say, but something that I would mean also is, it takes a real man to rock a unicorn. Ain't nothing wrong with getting some ink. You got it, Bowmaster. You got it. If you had spoken to me 10 years ago, I would have said, no, I'll never do that. But, I changed my mind. And sometimes you progress mentally and you mature mentally and you realize I'm not hurting nobody. I have a boss tattoo now that's always going to remind me of my daughter, of Daddy Daughter Broadcasting. So basically, the idea of getting a tattoo really had nothing to do with my daughter at first. It's after I reflected and thought about, what would be the best tattoo for me? Like, what would I be comfortable rocking and putting on, and what would I want to have on me for the rest of my life? And I love galaxies. I think they're very calming and soothing to see a picture of a galaxy. I know Charles Trippy of CTFXC, he has galaxy sleeves, which are amazing. Adam, if you like family friendly content, I'd highly recommend you check out Charles Trippy. He has had 2 brain surgeries that he broadcasted live on YouTube with his doctor's permission. And I have to admit, speaking of which, I didn't record anything for this for getting a tattoo. First of all, I barely know these people. I know they're professional. I know what they do, but it's not like going to a supermarket where you don't really care about what people think. Plus, I'm going through a painful experience that I've never gone through before, so I didn't vlog anything. I feel like I should have. And if I ever do get a tattoo again, I'm definitely going to vlog it. But I never, I didn't vlog it. I feel like I should have. I kind of have regrets about that. But in the end, it is what it is. And I was able to go, I was able to go to my. I'm trying to concentrate on the road and on vlogging, on live streaming, drive streaming, a la Bowmaster, at the same time. But I was able to go to my happy spot, my happy place. I made a good decision to chew gum when I was going to get it. But yeah, so I didn't vlog at all, and I kind of regret that. But at the same time, it was an experience that I had to live through, that I had to go through, and that I did go through. And it was painful. There were some times where it literally felt like I was being burned, especially when he did the shading. When he did the outline, it was okay. But when he did the shading, I literally at some points felt like I was burning. But the fact that I had 2 pieces of chewing gum in my mouth and that it's on my arm, I saw one video where the woman said when she gets a tattoo on her arm or on an extremity, it's a lot easier for her to detach her mind, to almost kind of mentally detach that body part and distance yourself from that pain. I could totally see that because that's exactly what I was able to do. Plus, I didn't choose the wrist or the elbow or the shoulder, which is where they say on the extreme portions of those body part of any body part would be more painful, especially around a bone or a joint and articulation because that's where more nerve endings are. Bowmaster, I'm probably preaching to the choir because you seem to know a lot about tattooing in general. So, but for future reference for posterity, I'm giving this out to the YouTube waves. And you're not commenting too much, Bowmaster, but yeah, feel free to comment. If you do, just put it in all caps. I saw your most recent chugging video, 3.5 or 3.3 seconds. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I know you're going to get better and better at it. Hopefully one day, no worries. Enjoy the delivery. Even more so, drive safely. Forget about my live stream. Just keep listening and drive safely above all. Even though I know you're really good at double tasking because I've seen you do it. But don't comment, drive safely. Much better that way. And be of good courage at work. But yeah, so uh, going back, I feel like I'm kind of going back and forth as one does on a live stream quite often. But I feel like I wanted to push myself. We're going in the world is upside down, topsy turvy. In the past 3 years, my life has changed so much, and I've been through so much. Um, and tattoo is kind of cathartic if you think about it. You're causing yourself a moderate amount of pain that you can tolerate and push through. Uh, and it kind of in an odd way, it doesn't hurt. No, not in an odd way. It just doesn't hurt as bad, at least on this body part, on this body, because everyone's different. Everybody's different. But at least on me, it didn't. Uh, it was tolerable, and it is. I can see the catharsis in that. And during one point in getting the tattoo, especially because Esnam was involved, I started crying, and I didn't let go and full on just cry, but I didn't cry out of pain. I cried out of emotions. My emotions welled up, and I started crying, and I got control of myself, and but honest to goodness, it wasn't crying out of pain, believe it or not. It was really crying just because thinking about my daughter, how much I love her, that this tattoo is going to be on me forever, and just how beautiful that is, and just the beauty, how much I love my daughter and how close we are, and how much she trusts me and how much I love her and I want to see her grow. And I even told the artist, I told him, this is about my daughter. I want the unicorn to be looking up because we had chosen a beautiful picture of a horse, but I noticed that the horse was looking down. I didn't want that. I wanted the horse to be looking up with confidence, just like I want Essenum to be. So just to recap, I wanted to get a tattoo to prove, not to prove something to the world, but to put myself to the test. And I did a lot of research, watched a lot of videos, which is nothing in comparison to getting going through the actual experience, and just living it. But it helped me mentally prep, and I used a lot of the things I saw in different videos in Ink Master, especially just in mom and pop, you know, uh, private artists who happen to also vlog on YouTube or put up tutorials on YouTube, and explaining how to handle that pain. But yeah, I don't know. It's an idea that came into my head. I thought about it. I researched it, and I said, why the hell not? You know, a lot of good people also have tattoos. I've considered tats in the past. Usually, no money. That's another thing. I was able to, I went to one guy and he wanted to charge me a certain amount, which I won't mention. But just to let you know, I was able to get a very good tattoo for half the price of what the original guy told me. And, I have my own personal reasons why I'm not mentioning the price that I paid, because of the powers that be, and stuff like that. But I powers that be. I'll explain to you in a message, on a message, Adam. But yeah, so I shopped around a little bit too. I went to different salon or parlors, tattoo parlors. Uh, One thing I noticed is that oftentimes there's tattooing and piercing at the same time. And you know what? If I think about the pain of getting a tattoo, I had periodontal disease, and they had to do an under the gum cleaning. So they had to lift up my gums surgically, clean them out and scrape them on the roots of the teeth and stuff, and then put the gums back on. For that, I had to get no less than 15 to 20 needles of Novocaine needles, in my mouth, 15 to 20 shots, and by the end, I was literally screaming in pain because they're shooting you on the roof of your mouth, on all sides of your mouth. They're literally, and they tell you, this is gonna hurt. You are gonna scream, and when you are gonna feel this. And it wasn't as bad as that. So I told myself, I've eaten the hottest pepper in the world. There's a truck that is right next to me that's getting pretty pissed off at the person in front of them, who is not going the speed that they feel that the trucker thinks that the person in front of him is not going the speed that he would like. And of course, you have to give distance. Like our YouTube, I hate Novocaine shot. Yeah, I always hate them too. Whenever I get a shot, I breathe deeply, and that's another thing that helped me with the tattoo is I was breathing in and out. But yeah, Tim, who is also a big fan of the LA Beast and who we know on Facebook and on YouTube, his little son Timmy, who used to put out eating challenges with his dad. He's a trucker, and he can attest to this. You need to give yourself some space between the truck and you when you're on the highway. So unfortunately, even if you have to speed up a little bit, even if you got to speed up a little bit, you should and give them some space. But there you go. So why did I get a tattoo? Just to resume, just to recap, I got a tattoo because the world is turned upside down. I've been through so much in the past 3 or 4 years. Um, I love my daughter with all my heart, but getting a tattoo that reminds me of my daughter, that's kind of for my daughter, is secondary. I really just wanted to put myself to that limit, to put myself up to that test, and do it, and have this on me for the rest of my life. I don't regret it at all, as a matter of fact, and I love it. Um, I really do, and I'm really thankful to have had this experience. I think it's an amazing experience that if you're comfortable enough with it, you should live it. You should live the experience. If you're comfortable enough with it and you can afford it. But that's pretty much why I got a tattoo. And then I thought about it. I know some of my colleagues who I work with have tattoos, and in the type of work that I do, which I've never told anybody and never will. You can't get tattoos on your neck or on your hands but you can get a tasteful tattoo on your arm, and that's okay. Or somewhere that's not completely like on your forehead, something that someplace that's not completely evident. And that's what I chose to do. And then just thinking about, after reflecting on what kind of tattoo do I want? What would I want to have on me for the rest of my life? I don't do skull. I like the imagery. I can see something that's cool in the grotesque, or the kind of boss, old school boss, tattoos that a lot of people get. But that's not my style. So I said I don't want a cartoonish unicorn. I can't afford, the realist. There's realism. There's an actual school of realism in tattooing, and they do realistic picture-like images on your body, and they're amazing. Now I can't afford that kind of work, so I went for the happy mid-ground, a mid-range jump shot, as the LA Beast would say about his videos. And I decided to get a tattoo about that reminds me of my daughter. And like I was saying earlier, I wanted the unicorn's head looking up, eyes forward, confident, just like I want my daughter to be. And it's a beautiful image that my daughter's gonna love, and that she's gonna and it's going to it's going to show her, even though, again, I don't need that to show her. I show her my love every day, every waking second of this life. I try to show her my love, try to be there for her and teach her. I'm extremely present as a father, and I try to give her everything that my parents didn't give me and couldn't give me. And there are both categories involved in how I was raised. They didn't have the knowledge, but they also just didn't have the means because they didn't work hard, and their parents didn't work, you know, hard enough to give them something to move forward with. Just internally, just with when it comes to integrity and things like that. So, they I didn't have that. So I try, I'm trying to give that to Esanam as well. Everything I didn't have, you know, in terms of mental, just débrouillardise, and the capacity to handle things in life, and problem solving, and just organization, and just trying to be a good person as best you possibly can. But yeah, so that was secondary, even though now that I have the tattoo, it's primary. It's the image is very clear. The image is solidified in the tattoo, and it's directly related to my daughter. But why did I get a tattoo? That's just it. I got a tattoo because I felt like it, because I could, because I'm not hurting anybody, and because you know, uh, I really wanted to do it, and I thought about it, and I did my research, and you can also add stuff to that. Like I really, really thought about how how the whole world is topsy turvy, turned upside down. Our lives got changed in a way that's irreparable back in March, and here I am. Here we are, and we're in the middle of a pandemic. I wore a mask, tattoo burp, but I wore a mask. I did everything I could. I'm gonna put myself on live chat, like Mariska often tells me. Excuse me, daddy snort. But yeah, so I that's why. There's not a million reasons, and I don't have to say it in a million ways. That's why I got a tattoo, because the idea came to my head. I thought about it. I did my research. I had enough money to get the tattoo that I got. It's not the most expensive tattoo, and it's not a cheapy little skull that I could have put on my finger. It's just the right tattoo for me, and I'm proud of it, and I'm thankful to have gone through that experience. And when you go through that experience, is when you see how many ways it kind of makes you grow and change in positive ways. For me, I'm speaking for myself. I can't speak for anybody else, and I don't want to, and I don't intend to. But for me, I really truly feel like there was a catharsis in that, and just that pain that was manageable, and you're also proud of yourself. You say, I got through this, I did this. And when he did the first line, just to test out how I would react, I could tell after, I wonder if anyone during this pandemic has had a mask tattooed to their who knows? I haven't seen it yet. I heard on New Jersey 101.5, which I've said this a million times. I always listen to that station as much as I can. It really reminds me of New Jersey, gets me back into the feeling of New Jersey. It just puts my mind in a different spot. It's a talk radio station from New Jersey. They were talking about that jokingly, that you might as well get a tattoo of a mask on your face if we're all obligated to wear it. And there's one host in the morning, Bill Spadia. He hasn't cut his hair since the beginning of the pandemic, and he has a man bun now. It's totally, that style is totally out of his character. He says he's the only Trump supporter that has a man bun. But I just think I've heard people kind of talking like that in jest. But yeah, so and it's also manageable. It's not an unthought out, getting a tattoo. It's not an unthought out decision where I'm like, I can't cover this up. I'm doing myself harm, irreparable harm. And I read that the tattoo needle only goes into your arm a maximum of 2.5 millimeters, 1 to 2.5 millimeters. That's nothing. And so just doing that research and looking into that, that's like, yeah, I can handle this. And just I kept telling myself that, like, it's not doing irreparable damage. I'm aware of what's going on. I've seen a million videos of people getting tattooed. I watched multiple seasons of Ink Master just to get an idea. Ink Master is just a fun way to kind of get yourself into the groove of the tattoo world, and kind of initiate yourself into the world of tattoos. But yeah, so that's what I did, and so I knew what was going on. And when you consciously know what's happening and what's going on, it's so easy. If the pain is not unbearable, and it's not, it is completely bearable, and you can handle it. Um, again, that's each individual to decide if they can handle it or not. But the pain is bearable, and you can separate yourself from at least your arm, and you can put yourself in your happy place or go to another place. And I'll tell you what, at times chewing gum and just purposefully keeping my arm relaxed, keeping my mind on that arm and just keeping it relaxed, and knowing that by keeping it relaxed, I'm helping my artist give me a clean, proper tattoo, and there's no stress on him. But that chewing gum was a saving grace, because that chewing gum allowed me to really focus on something else, keep my body, limp. And by the way, one thing I would highly recommend, Adam, if you ever do decide to get a tattoo, I would highly recommend you have your artist lie you down. Tell your artist that you want to lie down, no matter where it is. Especially, if it's on your arm, because I thought, oh man, this is gonna hurt. I'm gonna have to sit up for 3, 4 hours. And no, he laid me down. The artist laid me down on the bed, like on the tattoo stand, and he did his job. He did his work. Ali Akbar, yes I can, loud and clear, brother, loud and clear. But I'm at destination already, so I'm gonna end this live stream in about a second. But it's great to see you, Ali Akbar. And yes, I got a tattoo. Go back and watch from the beginning, Ali Akbar, to see the motivations behind it. But yeah, the chewing gum really helped, and just knowing what was going on really helped also. Better late than never. We're happy you come when you can, Ali Akbar. Very happy you come when you can, brother. You're welcome here anytime. And we love you, just like we love Adam Bowmaster, in a friendly, platonic, YouTube, and professional manner, of course. Um, so yeah, now we're at where we got to be, and we're pulling up. So I just want to say thank you, Adam. You've been with me this whole time, brother. Thank you, Ali. You just made it, and we really appreciate that too. You're awesome. I'm gonna pick up my special treasure now. I love you guys in a manly, friendly, YouTube professional, friendly kind of way, and platonic. Don't forget about that. But yeah, so there it is, the tattoo. I love you guys. SNM loves you too. She sends you a big hug. Much love and respect. Daddy Daughter Broadcasting signing off for now. Ciao, guys. Stay tuned for the rainbow chug from the boot. Can't wait for it, Bowmaster. As soon as I get the notification, I'm on. Ciao, guys.